are going to make a perfect gluten-free summertime treat. This is a no-bake cheesecake, but it's gonna be gluten-free. Hi, welcome to Cake Mom. I'm Abby. This is Aaliyah, and on this channel, I share with you guys some of my favorite tips and techniques, as well as recipes, to help you with your home baking projects. If you're new or haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit that notifications bell so that you can see when I post my next video. So it is summertime, and here in Florida, it is hot and muggy. So the last thing we want to do here is turn on an oven or a stove and just heat the whole house up for hours on end. It's just no fun. So I wanted to share with you guys a treat that you can make for a dinner party without having to completely make your air conditioning fight for its life. But on top of that, it's going to be gluten-free. So as always, the recipe will be in the description below, but here's everything you will need. Heavy whipping cream, softened cream cheese, granulated sugar, sour cream, lime or lemon, powdered sugar, and some melted butter. And for the crust, some kind of gluten-free cookie or pretzel, whatever you prefer for your cheesecake crust. So we're going to start with the crust of the cake. Now, because this is actually going to not be baked at all, you don't want it to be too soggy because it won't crisp up. So you will need some melted butter. That's the only thing you're going to need to heat anything up with, but you can use a microwave, so you're not going to destroy your whole house. And then what you want to do is choose your crust material to work with. So what I have here, I'm actually going to do half and half. So I've got some gluten-free crunchy cookies. Don't do soft bake, you'll end up with a very soggy crust. But if you can find a crunchy cookie or like a gluten-free graham cracker, both of those work. And then I'm going to add a little extra crunch with some pretzels because I love pretzel crust. It's delicious and it adds a little salty tang to the end of your cheesecake, and it's just wonderful. So you're going to want to grind some up. So now you're just going to add some melted butter. Like I said before, you don't want your crust to be too soggy, so if you notice that it's getting a little too soggy, grind up some more cookies or pretzels and add it to it. So now you're going to press the crust into your springform pan. You do want to use a springform pan, otherwise you won't be able to get the cake out of a regular pan. What I've done, because I want to be able to get my whole cake out of the pan, is I took a cardboard round, that was 8 inches, and stuffed it down in there. If you're not worried about it and you want to just serve it on the bottom of your pan, that is fine. So just pour your crust in, and you're going to press it in. And like I said, you want to press it in as hard as you possibly can because it's not getting baked. So you don't want it to just crumble when you go to cut your cake. So press it in as hard as you can. So I find the best way to get it pressed in very well is to use the bottom and sides of a measuring cup and just press it in and press it up against the sides, and it seems to work pretty well. Now what you're gonna do is stick this in the freezer while you prepare the filling to go ahead and set the butter up and make it easier to put the filling in without a disaster happening. So now we're going to work on the filling. So take your heavy whipping cream and put it in your stand mixer fitted with a whisk attachment. You can also use a hand mixer with a whisk attachment for this part if you want to. You're going to whip this on medium to medium high speed until you get stiff peaks forming. So go ahead and set your cream to the side, but you still need your mixing bowl, so put it in a different container. So now go ahead and take this cream cheese. Now this is soft. It has been softened to room temperature, as you can see. You want it soft. Go ahead and pour that in your mixer. And add the granulated sugar to that. And then you're going to whip that together until it is creamy and smooth. So now you want to add the rest of your ingredients. So the sour cream. You can also use Greek yogurt for this if you prefer. It will work just as well. Some lemon or lime. I'm going lime because I love lime and fruit. It's just delicious together.
I don't like it.
You don't like lime? You're so silly, Aaliyah. And your powdered sugar. and give it one more really good mix. So the last thing to do is to add the whipped cream into your cream cheese mixture. Now, you don't want to deflate this too much. You want it to be nice and airy. So you can either do it by hand with a rubber spatula and just fold it in gently, or on low speed with your whisk attachment. So now go ahead and take your crust that has chilled in the freezer and spread your filling into it evenly, and then you're going to refrigerate this for a minimum of 6 hours, preferably overnight. It just ends up being a better finished product. It's worth the time, trust me. So for toppings for your cheesecake, you can literally do whatever you love. If you love cherry pie filling, grab a can of cherry pie filling. It would be fantastic. But because it's summertime and I'm making this also for my kids, I wanted to do a little bit of a healthier spin off of a topping. So we're gonna do a fresh berry compote. So I have strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. I'm gonna chop them up, throw them in a bowl with just a little bit of raw organic cane sugar, and stir it up and let it sit overnight as well with your cheesecake, because then it makes all that juice come out and it's just delicious and wonderful. Okay, so there it is, my no-bake gluten-free cheesecake. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, you might also enjoy this other summertime favorite. It's called a pavlova, and we did it right here in this video. Go check it out. Also delicious and also gluten-free. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and that notifications bell so that you can see when we post our next video. We'll see you guys next time.